Welcome to the Dungeon of Bad Decisions. This is the 18th installment of Anna Attempts to Explain Things. I'm your host, Anna.
And I'm Dalia.
And this week's topic is 5e for noobs. Okay, so as I've said in previous episodes, 5e is the best edition for new people to learn D&D on. This is my sister Dalia, who has never come up on the Dungeon of Bad Decisions, because she's never played any tabletop games at all.
So I'm kind of interested in D&D because Anna likes it, and she's pretty cool.
You're so sweet.
Aww.
Is that it? That's literally just it? You just show back up after like 6 months and out of nowhere, and you're just like, hey, I want to learn the thing.
Yes.
All
also,
right.
I want to make new friends. So
That's fair.
all of them are out of town.
Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? All right, so we're going to be doing a sub-series of videos together, which I'm calling 5e for noobs. We're going to kick off with a breakdown of the 5e character sheet, specifically stats, what they mean, how to roll them, etc., which you might have noticed because our camera is currently subset into a thing with the stat sheet. Anyways, so let's start with that. All right, so Dalia, right here, on this side of the sheet, strength, where it says strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, those are your 6 basic stats for D&D. They're divided into physical, strength, dexterity, and constitution right here, and mental, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. A stat, these basically form like the basis of your characters, like physical and mental abilities. So stats are usually made via either rolling a 6-sided die, which is the traditional cube-shaped die. Traditionally, you roll 4 of them, and you drop whatever rolls lowest, and then you add them up, and that's your stat. So you can have usually the lowest you can get is 3, but nobody ever does that.
My luck, that would probably happen.
I've never met anybody who's gotten a 3. I knew a guy who got a 6 once, but I've never met anybody who got a 3, and I think any good DM would let you reroll if you got a 3. A 6 is funny, though, if you put that in your Riga stat. Anyway, so strength is basically your ability to carry things, lift things, and how hard you can hit with weapons that, like swords and stuff. Dexterity is your ability to dodge, pickpockets, stealth, whatever. Constitution is the stat you should never dump, which is what you do when you put whatever your lowest one is into Constitution. You never put that in Constitution because that's literally your health. How many hit points you have, how hard you are to put down, how much damage you can take before you die, or go unconscious. That comes from your Constitution. Never dump your Constitution. Intelligence is important. Intelligence, wisdom, and charisma are all important, mostly for casting.
What's casting?
If you're a magician type, like a wizard or a sorcerer, intelligence. These are each magical class uses one of these 3 stats to cast with. It's their bonus for spells. Instead of using strength or dexterity for a hit to hit something and to do damage to it, you use one of these. So, for instance, sorcerers you cast with charisma, druids cast with wisdom, and I think wizards cast with intelligence for a basic thing. Anyways, so when you have a stat, the average is 10. That means when you have a 10 to a stat, you get no bonuses. You get no minuses either.
Okay.
And that's like the average traditional person has 10. So that's a 10 strength for the average human being. You calculate your bonuses. So say you've got a 12 to your strength, you get a +1. You calculate your bonuses by it's basically -10 divided by 2. So 12 minus 10 is
2.
2 divided by 2 is
0.
1. Yeah, you get used to it. So your strength is a +1. You get a +1 bonus to whatever it is it takes to you need to hit and to damage or whatever. That's how that works.
I don't do math.
Neither do I, but you learn. You learn. Saves are the last part I wanted to cover in this bit. Saves are this bit over here, saving throws. We'll cover proficiency bonus later in another video.
Mm-hmm.
But saves, you add your bonus, so you say you're +1 to strength. That's not how that works. Or say you have you got a 16 dexterity. You have a +3 then. You eventually learn to memorize it. And I don't know. If it's an odd number, it's -10 divided by 2, rolled rounded down. So a 13 would be +1 bonus. If you have below a 10 for a stat, say your intelligence is 8, that's not uncommon, you have a -1. Let's give you a 12 wisdom. This random character we're making up, and a charisma of 14. I don't know why.
So these seem like good stats, right?
These are pretty decent stats. It's not, especially if you're doing a point buy, which I don't really know how to explain. I usually use a calculator. But basically, you start with, 10 or whatever, and then you can buy, basically. You have a certain number of points, usually 27, and you can stick them into stats. Higher you go, the more points it costs. So, like, it costs you, 1 to get an 11, but it can cost you, 2 to get yourself up to a 16 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3, I don't remember exactly. Anyways, saves. So, say an explosion happens,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to dodge out of the way.
Hopefully.
You use your dexterity save. You know what a d20 is, right? A 20-sided die?
Yes.
Okay,
just now I do.
1 second. I probably should have started with dice.
Maybe.
We'll do that next time. Anyways, so you roll your d20. My giant bag of dice. The traditional Crown Royal.
Crown Royal?
Yeah, it's a pretty common thing for gamers is to, you know how Crown Royal, whatever kind of alcohol it is, comes in a bag?
Oh.
Gamers pretty frequently use them. This is a d20.
Okay.
Y'all can see that. It probably blurred right there. I don't care. Anyways, you roll that. That, I just rolled a 9 because we suck. You probably didn't make the save, honestly, because very few saves are 12. Unless you're really low level. But you need to roll a dexterity save in order to basically not get hit by the fireball or whatever. Constitution is if you get poisoned. Strength is for wrestling with somebody. Mm-hmm. Or if something's holding you down, some sentient vines, for instance. Mm-hmm. You don't want to, you're going to want to roll a strength save in order to, deal with that. Constitutions for poison, health. If you cold spells, anything that does heat or cold damage. Well, not heat because that's just fire. Cold damage or whatever, or sound damage. You roll a con save. Intelligence is usually
a con save.
Constitution. Sorry, they're usually shortened. But Dex, Strength, Dex, Con, Int, Wiz. And some people say Cha, but but it's usually just Charisma and Strength because those don't shorten as easily. But Strength is usually in writing shortened to STR, and Charisma is usually shortened to CHA.
Okay.
And everything else is just the first 3 letters. So, intelligence saves are usually you got a spell that's being cast on you. The mental stats are usually spells. Wisdom saves, if it's a spell to befuddle you or keep you from attacking your friends. Charisma saves is usually a spell that affects your ability to interact with other people. Mm-hmm. Or something like that. It can vary. Any questions?
Nope.
Excellent. That either means I did a good job or she's lying to me. Who knows? She's my sister. You're a jerk. Look, this is to educate other people too. Ask questions.
I don't understand anything enough to ask questions.
So you have no idea what I just said?
Well, I know it has to do with math, and I understand the things that stand for other things.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that you have to roll things in order to determine if you
Alright,
do
here.
okay.
Here.
But I don't understand the math in it at all.
The math takes some time. It's not a lot of math. It's mostly, well, I mean, it is a lot of math.
Is there like a sheet with formulas on it?
Yeah, you can find a cheat sheet, you know. And the handbooks usually have like a cheat sheet of like, so this is your stat, this is your bonus.
Okay. So then I should be okay.
Yeah. Next week, I think we're probably going to cover dice, which I probably should have started with. Because I'm a terrible person. All right. But for this week, that's all we're going to do. So, if you enjoyed this video, check out my Tumblr where I post quotes, anecdotes, photos, and occasional recordings of the tabletops games I play in at the dungeonbeddecisions.tumblr.com. There's a link in the description. Also, if you've got any topics you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments or via one of the many messaging systems on Tumblr. And if you think I missed something that I should have told Dalia under this topic of stats, let me know. If you really enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Roll 20s, y'all!